guys already understand what they can catch upon it, or what they can take out of this new philosophy. Only I'm gonna share with people, Indian people, what is my opinion of the future economy over here. So the way they
short and simple, as he likes it. So without much further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Michael Ferrero to come on stage and share his story. Michael.
All right, can you see me? All right, guys. First, I want to thank you very much for having me and the special and experience I'm having over here. So it's very full of emotion and feelings, and I really thanks my my friends here, Gaurav and Abhishek, Ishan, Shirag, Anil, everyone. Really, it's a very good team, and you're making a very good job. I like very much. Thank you so much. And then, as Ishan you told before, spending time here and with people, observing a lot. I think I understood something, and I would like to share with you. I'm gonna read something time to time because I can't remember the things in my notes. Because I think I have kind of 20 minutes, and I want to use that in the best way. So I'll try to let you understand the more I can. And good evening. I forget it maybe before. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all to be here. And let me tell you one thing first. So why we here? As we said before, as Shannon said before, we are here to understand the possibility to shift from competition to collaboration. And of course, I know these things can be very huge topic to talk. We can talk forever. Because we have been training to see the world in competition, let's say through competition highs. But of course, in my opinion, right now it's time to give us altogether a kind of alternative way to perceive the world. Can you step on the different slide? So I want to start up with this because, as you know, I come from Europe, and over there's a kind of addiction of perfection. Everyone is crazy for that. They want to be perfect, especially up north Europe. You talk about it. They really teach us what's baby that you need to be perfect. A job, relations, all those things. And in my opinion, the first things we got to do is to read off this kind of concept. There's no perfection at all, in every sense, in every aspect. If we decide, we assume that we are humans, we need to deal with that. That means imperfection. That means humanity. And indeed, we are human. We should look for a balance in the imperfection. Instead, perfection. Balance is totally different things. When we try to reach balance, basically we start to live better. So click on one more time. Exactly. This is very beautiful things, and now I want to tell you something belong to myself. Many years ago I was a very different guy, and I was very much based on individualistic, let's say, mindset. All my life, very different stuff. Let's say 15 years ago. Many of you maybe already know that I was working like bouncer in New York City and security disco for many years. And of course, the kind of mindset is totally different stuff from what I do right now, creating job or values, whatever you want to call. So I was totally on myself, and I can understand when I meet someone, this kind of people, when I meet is 100% individualistic. So, and I can recognize even the other kind of side when I meet someone is less than individualistic, it's much more social. And anyway, let's say to get some kind of shortcut. then at some point, someplace, I changed my life because I met some people. They make me think differently. And that is beautiful because I start to basically open up all my power, let's say that. I opened some doors. And all the kind of repression and frustration that I had because I was thinking only for myself went out. And something just replaced by huge desire of making things. But it was something very important to do. A kind of jump into new dimension, let's say, that, of collaboration. Because when you are alone yourself, you say, okay, I'm gonna compete with someone else or with the rest of the world or whatever. But when you wanna create something, you need to collaborate. And this is the first thing, guys. I'm telling to you, I wanna share with you because of course this kind of speeching is just for young entrepreneurs or someone later wanna be an entrepreneur. Because, and especially in Indian entrepreneurs. I wrote it down these things, I'll make this kind of, let's say, I take this kind of notes only for Indians people. They understand they want to live here, they want to grow here. Because if this discussion will take in different place, will be totally different. So what I'm telling you right now is just for you and what I understand about your beautiful culture. Keep going. So now we have something that is very touched me so much in a way because let's say my business education comes from the States. And now because I travel a lot in my life, I can recognize that I'm no longer there at all. I use something coming from there 100% for sure. There's something still in my corporate mindset that's come from there for the kind of minds, that kind of mentality, let's say, that kind of attitude to life. This is very, very, very much egocentric. It's not, of course, based on community. So click on. Indeed, one more time. Indeed, we have over here something very important to discuss. The individualistic way of interpretate life and the community way to interpret life. And it must be very interesting for us to understand which one is the best to create value. Because this is very one important question. Okay, we know, let's say, I don't know, we know. I mean, maybe it's too big concept, thinking or assuming that everyone here know what that mean being American or live in the States or have this kind of attitude of self-centered. Maybe I don't know, it's too much now. I mean, maybe you get some kind of information from movies. I don't know how many of you have been there or experienced this kind of culture because it's very different from your culture, from your database. You have a database. Every one of us has a database. And the database belongs to the place where you grow, where you get your main education. You can't cancel it. It's what you're gonna bring with you for entire life. So what happened there? When I say he's American, he's German, he's Italian, he's Indonesian, that means something. For real, guys. And I'm telling you these things because I'm a serious global entrepreneur, so what does mean? That my companies are based everywhere. And I did, because I understood what does mean living in here and there. I start to collaborate with people. Collaboration means empathy. Empathy. I need to understand you before I'll try to propose you something. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So the point is, which one of this kind of setting is better for an entrepreneur? Which one? The individualistic idea approach of life, or the community one? Of course, the second one, community. Why? Because I tell you one thing, I'm gonna be frank with you. Me alone, I'm nothing. Zero. I got 100 people and more just back me up. Simple like that. Your team is everything. You want to do an entrepreneur, the better things you got to do, find a good team. Really. Create a good team. Later there's going to be maybe, I don't know, a platoon or whatever. But team, people, collaboration, empathy. This is the first, there are main rules for you. So what I see here, click on, go on, let's see what I am later. Yeah, exactly. What I see here, and I don't know, maybe you can even disagree. You can disagree with me, and of course, maybe later we can have a I'm going to talk, we exchange some impression about the things. I see a lot of sustainability. For me, India is a sustainable country. And you should ask me later in which direction or why I think India is a sustainable country. There's a lot of diversity here. There's a lot of different things living together. It is beautiful in my opinion. And the things we got to do, I think, all together, maybe I can help you if you want my help later, is to find a way to exploit in the right way the sustainability, the India sustainability. There are so many people, there are so many places all around the world that are not sustainable any longer. They cost too much money. Like, for example, Europe. You heard about these things about Europe right now. It's stuck in a way. Why the Europe is stuck? Very rich country before. I mean, very rich places where the people are used to do many things. But why they stuck? Because it's no longer sustainable. Costs too much money to sustain all the kind of, let's say, rules. We have too much rules, too many rules. And one rule's gonna kill the other rules and so on, because we don't want to lose any longer. So we try to sustain something unsustainable by rules. It's no longer the power. The power is no longer on people. The power right now is in the system. That's why we have so much problem. That's why I like here so much right now. Because I see that you still have some power in your hands. You still have some power. If you design an alternative system, you can even teach that kind of system abroad. That will be my dream. Of course, in which way? So let's understand a little bit more. Okay, community mindset, sharing economy. Of course, you already have these kind of things here. I mean, it's very easy because everything I'm talking, you already have it here. The only things you got to do is just read it again. You need to read in different way. So click on, please. Again, yeah. Indeed. Family. We got it. What does mean? Community. I create a community by my own. I got many companies my own. I'm partners with many companies, of course, not all of me. Just I got many partners, maybe 2 or 3 partners. Every company I have, I got some association, many joint ventures. And so basically, what I create is just a community network. And you know in which way I did these things, and why it's not so complicated for me? Because maybe we go later in this kind of things, but when I talk about community, and I think for you it should be very easy to understand, is because I think you experience very well what does mean community, because the first one you experience is your family. And I can see that most of you have a good family here. That's already a community. So it's very important to understand that you already have the experience, because if I'm going to talk about family in London or in Berlin, they don't understand me. I already did it. The blonde one over there laugh a lot because she probably is German. Or you? She's British, so she catch me 100%. I already did these things. I tried. And when I started to talk about family, they went out. Because they don't have this kind of beauty that you have. I'm a guest here. A wonderful family. Where are you? Oh, over there. I'm a guest here. And they treat me like, what can I say? Like a member of family. And I'm glad about that. It's beautiful sensation that you come from many miles away. I mean, that you have this kind of hospitality. And the only way you can do these things is because they have a mama. I call international mama. We talk so much. And she told me, I mean, I like taking care about you. I like taking care of my husband, my sons. I like it. You know, when someone say these things, major word, I like taking care of other people. I mean, this is a mindset. This is a culture thing that you need to understand very well. You don't need to create anything else. You already have everything. You're starting from this point. You start from this point, you can create whatever you want. But you don't need to forget this point, because if you forget this point, you go in individualistic idea. So last time we have been talking, like yesterday, about the independences. Wow, huge, independent. I want to be independent. Yeah, American dream. I can do it by myself. Wow, keep pushing on. Yeah, a job. No, guys, no one can be independent. It's just a big illusion. Trust me, no one can be independent. You're always going to depend from something, from food. No one can be independent from food. Let's say something else. You're always going to depend from love. If nobody take care about you, you're going to be depressed. You're going to go in the pill process. Pills, no, medicaments. Depression, beautiful, new sickness. Half of Europe suffer about depression. They even don't know what it is. They take pills. Yeah, yeah. Does the doctor say that? I'm depressed. Yeah, yeah. So the point is, you know why I'm depressed? Click on, buddy. Click on. You know why I'm depressed? Because the system. Because it's very easy. You take off the family setting, you're back on track in the system. What does it mean? Who's gonna take care of you? Who's gonna take care about you when you are alone? There's only one answer: the big system, the big brother. And the big brother, how gonna treat you? They're gonna apply you a file number, and that's it. And the play is done. And you're gonna freak out, because you used to be treated very well from your family, from your father, from your mother, from your sisters, brothers, or whatever. Now you are treated like, let's say, like a shit. From a big government. They watching you, they want to know everything about you. Economic control, you get crazy about taxpayer or whatever. My God, it's so complicated. Look at that. How can we, indeed, we are suffering so much in Western society because it's too big right now. They want to control everything about it. And people start to understand, start to be detached. They are detached one another. They don't talk any longer unless for money. When you introduce someone, hey, what do you do? I didn't tell you my name. Hey, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah, tell me who you are first. I mean, where you come from, what you do, what your sensation, what desire. Maybe later I'm going to tell you what I do. So the point is that this is a kind of warning that I'm giving to you. Be careful. Click on, buddy. Be careful. Because these are consequences. From there, that you are used to, you can go there very, very easily. It's not a joke, guys. The only things you need is just 20, 30 years. One generation make the wrong choices. One generation made the wrong choices, you're gonna end up like that. Lonely. Well, I'm telling you, Western society is already there. Most of the Western society, let's say, is already there. So I see so many old people die alone. And this, for me, is something very, very sad. Click on. This is interesting things about Germany. A land without children. Why won't German have more babies? You can find the article on the Spiegel. It's very interesting. And I spend part of my time in Germany because I have some companies down there. So for the, let's say, Northern European market. And I actually read very, very carefully this article. It's true. What they say is totally 100% true. And I invite you to go and read it. Go to read it. It's very interesting. And there is a kind of, it's interesting, you know, because there's the question mark over there. And even the Germans, they don't know why they are no any longer able to make child. And the answer is pretty simple. I mean, they say even at the bottom of the article, they find the answer. Basically, you know what? They keep saying themselves, but if we give away so much money to the couple, you know, to the married people, I mean, the one they have babies, and we keep going, we keep giving money. Why they don't make one more child? The answer is because they are afraid, because they are alone. They can count only themselves. When you have a baby over here, you have 3 or 4 community, I mean, waiting for the baby. So you have the hands, the ankles, and all this kind of people around you. You're never gonna be alone over here. Never. Even if you try harder, you can't. So these things is very important, guys, at the bottom line. Because for you now, sometimes I know some of you complains about, oh, my father is on me too much. My mother complain about me too much. Yeah, I know. Could be. But try to imagine when you are alone on your feet. There are some stories, sometimes very sad about the people. They don't understand no longer anything about how to communicate. Friend of mine, personal people, they call me because they need some money, and I say, hey, but why you don't ask your mother or your father? They say, I asked already. They told me go to the bank. Wow. It was so hard for me. So how come she don't understand it, that you need something? Are they poor people? I mean, no, they're good. So why didn't lend you some money? No, because I mean, whatever it is, okay. So this point, that's justify why they don't make any longer baby. Because one man and one woman just alone doesn't work. It's not a family. Let me tell you where I come from. I come from Sicily. Beautiful, magic island in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Very powerful place. Many stories. Very old place. And you know why I'm telling you these things? Because I recognize these things. I recognize as you are, because we are the same. Same culture, same way to understand, to break down information. Totally 100%. Family setting. My family, we are 80 people. Very strong family, actually. Something happened, I need just 3 phone calls to resolve any kind of problem. That's power. That's a community. They don't have it. No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. That's very important to understand. They don't have it. And I'm pretty sad about it. I got many friends in UK, all around Europe. Partners, why not? And always we have the same problem, the same the same discussion. They would like to have some kind of backup. They don't have it. And what happens, guys, when you are alone, you start to feel afraid. So what is the problem? What is the solution? Insurances. Money. You get some, you got your salary, half of your salary gone on insurances. Amazing. You start to live your life to pay some kind of corporation. Can you imagine that? Never happens to you. Maybe it never happens. I'm kind of say it's not going to happen anything to you maybe in 10 years. I got my wife, she works at the theater, Staatsoper Ballet Theater in Germany. And she paid, I know, 2,000, no, let's say 1,500, €1,500 per month assurances. I mean, thanks God, she never been in the hospital. She paid this kind of assurance for 10 years. Now, try to figure it out, how much money there. Try to imagine like that. But the worst thing is she needs to have this kind of thing. Otherwise, the system is not going to work. So she's obliged to do these things. Try to imagine, even over there, you don't have even the possibility to choose yourself. Hey, I don't want to spend this kind of money for this kind of things. I don't know. You need to. You must do. You have to. Otherwise, they're not going to give you a contract. Try to imagine the sickness they have reached over there. So at this kind of things as consequences. New mindset. That's what I'm suggesting to you. Let's update the family. Easy. In my opinion, that's what you got to do, guys, here. Young people, young entrepreneurs, people, they want to do something, what, they want to create some kind of new enterprise, job, company, whatever. Think about your community already. Every family is different. Someone can, someone is not. Maybe some close friends got different family interested in what you want to do. Start from there. Ask. Don't be shy. Go down there. Hey, sir, what do you think? I have these things. I already talked with your son. Do you want to invest in my idea? Because I think you can be validated. I mean, don't shy. Go. They're going to listen to you. It's a perfect example, Neil. It's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. He's helping a lot. He's backing up his son very much. It's, it's beautiful. Even what happened right now in the kind of family, they talk every night, they think, they smile, they're celebrating. I mean, this energy. Okay? Click on, buddy. What happened if we support a model where family is not only a love community, because it is, in most of the case, but can be an active tool to create value in your community. Try to imagine these things. Wow. Family is no longer just, okay, it's already enough, it's a good enough already, so because there's a lot of, in most of the cases, I think there's a kind of love over there. But it's gonna be, click on, it's gonna be a kind of process for helping you out. Entrepreneurs start up in the family. That's my vision, okay? Then the entrepreneur will spread around the community model. Then the entrepreneur will create a community network companies. Guys, it's actually possible. Click on. More? All right. Too much. Oh, it's all right. Can you go back? No. Can you? Yeah. One more. Again. Stop here. Okay. Why I tell you these things? Because in a way or another, I did it. And what I did it. Click on. Corporate mindset meets family. Easy. Because I grew up in the States. And they told me, you gotta do that, be on time, yeah. Push it on. And I get it, 100% for sure. I mean, if you met me 10, 15 years ago, I was always talking about money. One day, my brother said, hey, Mike, why you always talk about money? We are in a family here, we are in Palermo, what are you doing? I mean, you don't need money here. That's true. It's just the States. It's like that. Everybody talk about money. There's nothing else. So what I did, at a certain point I figured that out. I say, hey, money, it's all right. It's a tool. It's a very good tool. But it's just part of the job. What if I start to think about my organization like in a family? And what I've done, every activity will support the other and no one left behind. What does mean? Try to imagine you want to create new companies abroad, everywhere, because actually my organization is based in many countries all around, so that's why I know many things. That's why for me it's very easy to compare cultures. So what happened? You want to start up new things, right? Of course, you need some money, you put some money in, but it's not enough. People are more important than money. People you choose. If you don't have the right people next to you, you're never gonna take off. Never. It's gonna be always an illusion, a dream, or whatever it is. Yeah. So they're telling me I need to sum up all the thing. Okay, we go here. So solid talent managers, patient collaborators, modern business model, powerful products, global network, give the second chance. Even the third, the fourth, and so on. That's very important. That's very important. Trust about people is the most important thing you can do. If you feel that this guy can make it, give him some chance. No, it's not a problem. It's not going to be a problem. It's not about the time or money or whatever. Just they need some more time to understand much better the lesson or something else. But give them the chance to go on. Let me see what else we have. Yeah, at the end, collaboration is much more better than competition, guys. I think we got the last one. Indeed. What I suggest to you is design, because this is the core one, so design an alternative young family mindset and entrepreneurial system. That's what I'm suggesting to you. Then it's depend about you. If you figure that out, how does work, I mean, what I told you, and I can be here if you want to make some question. And try to design yourself this new system that later, I'm telling you, if you design this kind of system very well, later you can teach abroad, because the word itself need an alternative. Because otherwise we always going to have this kind of competition, micro, and the micro, whatever it is. But I mean, we're always gonna fight. Competition at the end is gonna fight, guys. We're gonna fight. There's nothing to do about it. The only way to stop fighting, especially the more violence fighting, is to just find a collaboration tool, understand what does mean community, sharing economy. This is things you already experience in your family. So that's my suggestion for you, and thanks for listening to me. I hope this like it.